Well, the Trump administration continues to reassure critics talks with North Korea are still ongoing. So, with that latest report in mind, let's bring in Fox News contributor, former CIA station chief Daniel Hoffman. Great to have you with us, as
Thanks.
always. Okay, so a little bit more about what we're seeing here. The Wall Street Journal reports it this way. They say North Korea keeping up work on missile sites. Report says various satellite images this summer have shown North Korea expanding several key missile production facilities and rapidly upgrading its main nuclear research facility. So what's going on here?
Yeah, I mean, we're in a holding pattern. You know, there's no summit, there's no meeting between Secretary Pompeo and his counterpart.
And it was suddenly canceled by North Korea.
Right.
Just days ago.
We have no inventory of South Korea's nuclear weapons, nor do we have a timetable for their destruction. So what appears to be happening is that North Korea is trying to wait us out. They know that the sanctions regime is very, very fragile, that we depend on Russia and China, both of whom are really interested in breaking the sanctions, as well as South Korea, which is interested in more economic collaboration with North Korea. And they're hoping that they don't have to give up much on that path to denuclearization, if anything at all, in return for some economic benefit. And that's really what Kim Jong-un is all about right now.
But what do we do with that? Because their cooperation with the sanctions and we do have competing interests with these various countries, but we need them in order for this to work if the world is going to see North Korea actually restrained in any way.
Right. This is the diplomatic challenge for Secretary Pompeo, and I'm glad he's the one leading the way with his team and our envoy for North Korea, Stephen Biegun, who's a very, very exceptional talent as well in this area. But that's the challenge. Secretary Pompeo has to convince South Korea to stay the course. He's got to pressure China and Russia to the extent that we can. But you know, North Korea is still exporting their labor and weapons, and they're conducting ship-to-ship oil transfers, breaking sanctions enough, they hope, so that their economy doesn't completely fall apart, while they pressure us not to push them too hard on denuclearization.
So one MIT professor and nuclear expert, Vipin Narang, says this, also in the Wall Street Journal: so long as there's no deal, and there is no deal, it'd be foolish for Kim Jong-un to give up or even stop improving his short-range missile operating bases. So, listen, the Singapore summit was positive. These guys have some kind of relationship now, but there is no deal. And how could we expect Kim to stop doing anything?
Right. I was at Singapore with Fox News reporting live, and the president and Kim Jong-un did establish an overarching framework, but now it's almost as if both sides are jockeying for position to determine how we're going to negotiate. And it's extraordinarily hard for me to imagine that for the first time in history, a country will build a nuclear capability and an ICBM capability as bargaining chips to better their economy. That's a tough one, but maybe we'll do it. Maybe we'll get to denuclearization, but it's going to be a long process, and we really need to have some realistic expectations. This is going to take a lot of hard work from our team.
It will. All right. Well, they're at it 24/7. Daniel Hoffman, thank you. Good to see you.